Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we're looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section is looking at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As I do in all of my readings, I pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have a different tarot deck I'll be pulling from for each side of this connection, as well as the advice deck that I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, the whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that is totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. All right, Libra, let's jump on in. On your side of this connection, you have friendship with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, I see this message in two different ways, and I feel like it just kind of depends on what stage of the relationship that you're in with this person, because I feel like either this is somebody who you have a friendship with but you're wanting more from, or it could even be someone that like you've been with for a really long time, but it feels like the connection isn't as deep as you want it to be. Like it feels like you're just friends, but you're wanting the connection to be deeper. Like it could be your, your husband or your wife, and you're like, it just feels like we're friends. Like I want things to go back to how they were. I want things to be like I know that they can be. So I feel like depending on which situation you're in, this could still very well be your reading. But again, take it as it resonates. I just feel like at the end of the day, what this feels like is you want more out of this connection, more from this person, whether it's commitment or passion or effort or whatever the case might be. Now, this person has connection with the Four of Cups. Now, with this connection card, the way that I kind of see this is like you're on one end, they're on the other. Like I definitely feel like you're both are kind of like feeling the same thing. Like the feelings are mutual, the feelings are there. However, with this Four of Cups, it's almost like this person is, I don't know exactly what the energy is, but it's definitely like a not choosing to commit or choosing to invest despite the fact that they have the feelings. Like I don't know if it's I don't know what I want, or I'm afraid, or I don't know what it is, but it feels like the universe is like literally handing them what they want in a connection, with this connection with you. And then it just kind of like they have this person has their arms crossed. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But it's so interesting because, and that's probably been really confusing for you because there's probably been mixed signals, or like one day this person, it feels like they're all in, or it feels like, they're ready to kind of take that next step, or they want to commit further, but then the next, it's like they pull away. And I feel like that kind of, I don't know exactly what this Four of Cups energy is alluding to. I feel like we'll get way more when we dive into tarot, but I do feel like it's like they have the feelings, the connection is there, but the way that they're acting is just very, the way that they're acting goes against how they feel. Now, in between the connection, you guys have redacted with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, this redacted card is kind of this energy of a lot going left unsaid, or a lot that is unknown. Like, if you think is like you guys were, individually writing letters to each other, it's almost as if like the important parts are like, I have feelings for you, or I really care about you, I really love you, or I really want this to work. Like all of the important parts are like redacted, and it feels like it's just kind of very surface level. Now, the Ace of Cups in reverse is this energy of either not being totally honest about how you feel, not you in particular, but one or the other, or both. I don't know, but not being totally honest about how someone feels, or pushing feelings down. like not wanting to face them, not wanting to deal with them, which my guess is this person, because that would make sense why they're acting this way. Now, the overall theme of the reading, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck, just because I talk so much about it, it is you deserve love, you are lovable. So in the process of trying to understand how someone feels, where they're at, what they want, why they're not choosing us, it's important to not forget that you deserve love. Even if somebody else is struggling to provide you with that. Even if someone else is struggling to choose you, that doesn't mean you don't deserve to be chosen. Even if someone is struggling to prioritize you, it doesn't mean you don't deserve to be prioritized. So just an overall kind of general theme of all my readings, really. So it makes sense that it's coming out for this one too. But let's start, Libra. Your side of this connection, friendship. The Knight of Swords in reverse. This is Libra's energy toward the person they are dealing with. And needing to learn the most from right now. All right, Libra's side of the connection. Well, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which makes sense because that's the card clarifying, but let's keep going here. Okay, you got Lovers. King of Cups in reverse. The Death. Okay, that's extremely confusing energy. Okay, I feel like with this Lovers card, you're like, oh, like this person could be, like this could be it. This could be the one. This could be my soulmate. This could be my person. But then this energy is like, because the King of Cups in reverse is kind of like it can be an energy of like saying, like telling you what you want to hear, but not backing up actions. And I feel like that's been a cycle in this connection. It's almost like maybe you have moments where it's like things are, you feel really good, you feel really connected, you feel like this person really cares, you feel like they're on the same page, you feel like they want what you want, you feel like things can really work, but then it's like out of nowhere. Either their actions change or a switch flips or they ghost or they distance themselves or something like that, and then it leaves you like, what the heck? Because again, I feel like there are times where it feels like, oh, this is a perfect match. This is so good. This could be so good. This is so wonderful. But then, I mean, this is almost like total opposite here of this. So that makes sense why there's so much, because I feel like the general theme of this is like, there's confusion here. I don't know what this person thinks. I don't know what they feel. I don't know what they want. I don't know why they're not choosing me. I don't know why they're not. And that can frustrate anybody, right? But let's just keep going. Because it's obvious. I mean, saying the Knight of Swords in reverse twice, there's definitely, like, you're definitely wanting more. Like, you're wanting more out of this. Can sometimes mean that this is this energy of chasing. One of the things that I've certainly had to learn to do in my own life is make sure you're doing it from love, not for love, right? Just making sure that you're investing in this place of love and compassion, not so that you can be loved. Because sometimes if we invest in connections with the sole purpose of trying to be loved, we won't love ourselves in the process. And we can get a little bit caught in the loop of not loving ourselves in order to try to be loved by someone else, which leaves us feeling unlovable and not good enough just kind of across the board. But that might not be for everyone. But anyway, okay. Libra's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse. It's like this person feels like your wish fulfillment. Dream come true. This is my person. That's so clear with the Lovers too. But with the Page of Cups in reverse, it's like you just can't seem like to to get this person to open up or get them to see the same, or not see the same, but do anything about where the connection is at. Like this is incredibly frustrating energy. Seeing so much potential in someone, in something, but just feeling like they're completely shut down or completely removed or distant, but not all the time, right? And that's what makes it so confusing, is some of the times it's like, this is so amazing. Again, it mixed signals. That's what it feels, just mixed signals. Like sometimes you're like, oh my God, it's happening. And other times you're like, what? So what does Libra need to know about their energy toward this person? Because it just feels like you can't break through or get through to them, or Libra's energy toward the person. What do you need to know? Page of Swords, 5 of Wands. You know, the Page of Swords to me is typically a card of communication. Saying what you feel, saying what saying what you mean, meaning what you say. But then there's this 5 of Wands, which is this energy of feeling very conflicted. Conflicted about maybe speaking your truth, saying how you feel, being honest about what you want. And, we sometimes are very conflicted about that because we feel that it doesn't matter. Like we've been taught throughout our life that saying how we feel or communicating our feelings don't matter. So then we kind of keep quiet. We pretend that we're okay with how things are, but then inside we're like, this isn't what I want. Like I want more than this. I need more than this. So this is either an indication that you did speak some sort of truth to this person or that you need to. Because I feel like what you're needing the most in this connection, Libra, is an answer. Because it feels like things are in this limbo of, I'm not happy with where things are at. I want more out of this, but I can't get through to this person. I don't know what else to do to make them see. And I think that maybe there have been back and forths in this connection in the past too, which can certainly add to that confusion. But I feel like, what you're needing the most is clarity. Clarity on, because, a lot of people are afraid to say how they feel or be honest about what they need or, be open about whatever. Being vulnerable is hard. But a lot of times the fear is, well, I don't want to create conflict, or I don't want to push the other person away, or I don't want to make them uncomfortable. But so many things in this world can be solved with just a little bit of communication. But the hard thing is, just because you communicate how you feel and you're open and honest about what you need, that doesn't mean you're going to get it in return. But if you don't, then that's an answer within itself. And sometimes the biggest answer that we can get, when we're speaking up about what we need or setting a boundary or whatever, is the other person not hearing us. That can also be an answer too. When someone's just like committed to not hearing you or not understanding you. So I don't know. I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying, like, speak up. Be honest about what you need. Be honest about what you're looking for. And your answer will come, because this limbo that you're in isn't good for you. Because it's making you feel, the longer that you're in it, it's making you feel unlovable, not good enough, which are not, none of those things are true. You absolutely are livable and absolutely are good enough. But, if you spend your time wondering, well, why won't they choose me? Why won't they commit? Why won't they, go further with this connection? Why won't they open up to me? Like, you're going to start to wonder what's wrong with you that's making them, not do the things that you want them to do, and that's the biggest thing, is the first way we tend to view any situation is through the lens of our fear, doubt, and insecurity. So when there's lack of clarity in our connections, it brings up a lot of insecurity because we start to psychoanalyze the other person and say, well, are they doing everything they say, everything they do? We're trying to figure it out. And that confusion is exhausting, and it can really wear down your self-worth. And one of the most important aspects of any healthy connection, whether it is a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, no matter what, is clarity. Clarity on where the other person stands, how they feel, what they want, because you shouldn't be second guessing that. You shouldn't be second guessing if this person cares about you or loves you. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to doubt in your connections, right? Insecurity can make us doubt, but you should be able to approach a conversation with the person, hey, I'm doubting, this is how I feel, and feel as if that person shows up with clarity. And I feel like you're not getting that from them. In fact, I feel like you aren't getting a whole lot from them. So let's see, this person's energy toward Libra, connection with the Four of Cups. This person's energy toward Libra. Which makes sense why this overall is like, you deserve love, you are lovable, is don't lose sight of that because of the way that this person has made you feel. Because it can be easy to do. This person's energy toward Libra. My goodness, this feels specific. Okay. All right. Justice in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse too. With the Magician. This is the second time I've seen the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but you absolutely do not have to be. And then the Magician. I mean, these are two cards of imbalance, right? Two cards of typically kind of this energy of giver-taker relationship. When you're in a giver-taker relationship, you're dealing with a giver who gives, shows up, supports, is there for them, and then you're dealing with a taker, the one who accepts all of that but doesn't really reciprocate, doesn't really return. And so I feel like you're dealing with, and this connection is a taker, someone who is, here to take all you have to give, all the attention, love, support, whatever, but then isn't giving it back. And what's even more confusing about the energy is like with the Magician here, I feel like the connection that you provide is like what they would want. It's like you're showing up with what they're looking for. But for some reason, they're not doing anything about it. It's like I don't know if it's a taking you for granted. I don't know if it's, fear of commitment or fear of vulnerability or what it is. But it seriously feels like it's like the Magician, here you are, connection. I feel this way, I've wanted to feel this way, finally met someone. But then like nothing, doing nothing about it. Fumbling the connection for sure. And it's so, and I feel like I've been okay with that in a way. Like maybe I've had empathy for this person, or I've been kind of willing to, to wait or to, but I feel like it's getting to the point where it's now starting to affect you. Because again, when you're in that limbo period in a connection for long enough, it can do some damage. Because it's like they don't want to lose the connection, but they're also not doing anything to avoid that. This person's energy toward Libra. The Eight of Swords. Trapped in a limited reality due to limiting beliefs. Okay, I want more on that. Like, in what way? What limiting beliefs? Want more on this Eight of Swords for this person's energy toward Libra. Because this is why they're not this is why they're not doing anything about it. And then the High Priestess in reverse, not connected to themselves, not connected to their intuition. So it's almost like and I feel like Spirit's not getting specific on these limiting beliefs because this is a general reading. And, you know, some general limiting beliefs are feeling unlovable, feeling not good enough, already assuming this wouldn't work. I'm not good at commitment. I don't know how to, like, I'm afraid that if I let someone in, they're going to find out that, you know, I'm not a lovable person. Like, there's so many different things that could be going through this person's mind, right? So many reasons why they feel like it's like that this wouldn't work, or that they wouldn't be good enough for you, or whatever, which is a big reason why I feel they're not doing anything about this. Now, one of the things that I've certainly learned is that 95% of our movement, it's 90 to 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way that we interact with our reality is conscious level decision making. So on the conscious level, it could be like, oh, well, I don't want to commit, or I don't know, there could be excuses there. But the subconscious reason, which they might not be directly aware of, because spiritual kind of growth journey is about becoming aware of those parts of us and learning not to let them control us. Here's an example. Straight out of my relationship with my fiance, I find myself throughout our relationship having to be, thank goodness I've done so much work on myself to get to this level of awareness where I will find myself in moments of wanting to really push him away, of wanting to create distance in the connection. And I've learned that it's because I'm afraid of losing him. I'm afraid of our connection failing. I'm afraid of the grief that would come with that. So in my mind, it's like, well, I might as well push it away and create that distance so it doesn't hurt as bad if that happens. And there's a lot there. Okay. I'm a child of divorce. There's a lot that I've experienced in relationships, and I have to be constantly aware of my tendency to do that in connection so that I don't do that in this connection. And it's gotten a lot better throughout our relationship, but it was something I really struggled with in the beginning. So in past relationships that I had, I hadn't done that work on myself. I wasn't aware of these things. I hadn't healed. And so I would allow this fear of heartbreak, or fear of getting hurt, or fear of not being good enough for someone cause me to sabotage connections before I even really gave them the chance, because it was just easier to do that. And I've had to learn over time not to do that. And so I'm not saying that's exactly what this person is doing. Okay, what I'm saying is that before we become aware of our trauma and our limiting beliefs about love, or about how lovable we are, those will control us. We will lead with our wounding. We will push people away. We won't let people in. We'll sabotage, all those things. And until we do that healing, and until we do that growth, that will happen. And so I feel like that's kind of what's going on with this person. Is it's like it's not that they don't have feelings for you, and I don't feel like they're necessarily like a bad person. I don't get this, oh, they're trying to play you, or they're leading you on, or anything like that. I feel like they don't know how to be what it is that you're looking for and needing out of this connection, because they haven't done the work and the growth on themselves in order to do so. So again, which is going to provide that lack of clarity, because on some days they're going to, lead with, oh, I feel such a deep connection to Libra. And then on other days they're going to lead with, oh my gosh, this is scary. This is never going to work. This, I'm not good enough for Libra, whatever the case might be. Which is why I feel like they're constantly kind of in this energy of being more comfortable in the taking position, but not so much in the giving position when it comes to the connection. And what you need to know, Libra, is that isn't fair for you, okay? Regardless of what this person is going through, you can have empathy for that. You can understand where they're coming from. That doesn't mean that you tolerate that behavior. If you want more, from a connection, you deserve more, and you deserve, at the very least, clarity about whether or not this person is what their intentions are, what they're willing to do, what they're not willing to do, because you don't deserve to sit in a limbo of just waiting for someone to choose you or value you or show up for you, because that's going to affect you long term. This person's energy toward Libra. What does Libra need to know? There's the running. So as you chase, they run. And I feel like that's because I feel like that's typical. A lot of the readings that I do on this channel for connections include a chaser-runner dynamic, because that chaser-runner dynamic is the number one way that or reason that relationships fail, because there's this one person who doesn't feel lovable, so they look for it in people who are pushing them away because they don't feel lovable, so they run away from the connection, and and then it'll flip. Then the other person starts to feel, this person then starts to choose you, and then you start to feel uncomfortable, and you push them away, and that chase or runner, that back and forth, is the number one reason relationships fail. I read that from an actual relationship therapist. It was the number one way that she had recognized that relationships failed. So, when people are pushing us away, when they're not choosing us, when they're not valuing us, we have a couple options. The first option is, and the one that I certainly recommend, is speak your truth. It's hard. It is so freaking hard. But say what you need. Say what you mean. Say how you feel. Be open to rejection. Be open to things not going your way, because when the more that you can speak what you need, the more that you can say, this is my search for clarity, and you're going to get it one way or the other. The other person will either kind of rise to the occasion and be there for the conversation, or they're going to go, they're gonna, they're not really gonna hear you, or they're gonna get defensive or whatever. At the end, you're gonna get your answer. And I feel like that's what you need, is you need an answer. You need clarity from this person. And that's not something that I or any tarot reader can give you, okay? You can watch readings all day long listening to how, this person has feelings for you and they want to come back and blah, blah, blah. But that's not going to get you anywhere, okay? Because that doesn't mean that this person's behavior is ever going to change. And the worst thing we do for ourselves, and I see it all the time in this tarot community, is we sit around and we hear, this person has feelings for you, they love you, they're waiting for you, but we sit in that limbo. And then we start to wonder, why aren't they saying anything? Why aren't they choosing me? Why aren't they showing up? Why aren't they committing? And that starts to chip away at, what am I doing wrong? It starts to chip away at our self-worth, because we go, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not good enough? Why? And it starts to, we kind of can start to worsen these feelings of being unlovable and being not good enough and things of that nature. So if you're looking for clarity, I can promise you the only person you're going to get it from is this person. And it might not come in the form of verbal clarity, but how you feel after you speak your truth is an answer within itself. So don't be afraid to say how you feel. And if however this person responds is going to be what you need to hear at the end of the day, or what you need to know. So in between this connection, you have redacted with the Ace of Cups in reverse. This is looking at the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Libra, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Libra.